This old horseshoe on the banks of the old Ncaa, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, and the scarlet and gray have this place rocking already. The Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. They'll bring it back from inside the slot. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So BYU's offense will take the first swing of the game. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Snagged on the outside, it's Henderson. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking to go on top on first down. Got his man quickly. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And they got him for the sack. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State. Right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, you take pride in that. You own that legacy. With all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL, when you see that, you want to go get it. Recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Here comes this whole crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Another incompletion on third down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. So Ohio State's offense will get the ball for the first time. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay. It's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on it early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
That last completion sets him up on second down. The give to the tailback. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player. But this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes. It's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes. Nice job on the defense. You got to dial into your teams. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB work.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Finds his big tight end. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Trying to get outside on the jet sweep. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Great job by the defense there slowing down that jet sweep. And a big key was the defensive end containing the play, forcing the receiver to cut back inside to where all the traffic was.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And the Buckeyes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Moves around to clear up the vision. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody play starts to sprint to the other side of the field, you know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference. There's always some surprises, and it'll be interesting to see how the play starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference opposite of the Big Ten, to make your first name.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so quick.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gun of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they pull it again. The give to the back. Pretty good job of running to get to there to the 32.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous. The defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job getting tackles. This is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Fires the pass. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about that D coming up with a play like that? And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move, he fires. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. BYU lines up quickly.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Gonna run it. It's Leonard. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Ball in the air, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got more. And they capitalize not only on the kick, but on the great return on the previous field position. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires downfield. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You look about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
Back to throw. It's Witherspoon. Finds his big tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling for the first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. And now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he runs out.
make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? In this drive, you did a lot of good things there getting up to that pick. Forget about it. Move on. Play the next play.
Makes the catch. It's Henderson. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The Cougars are in the hurry-up.
Well, how about that play? Curl route. And the receiver, as soon as he turned around against zone coverage, the ball was right on him, so he was able to catch it and go get the first.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out fast. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game. And I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
He's looking for a man on second down. He's taking the shot. And they wanted it all, and they didn't complete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends an interception by this quarterback. And now you throw another one in harm's way. You got to make sure to throw to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football.
That pass is well on target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They'll leave it with him. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets him out for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would...
Oh, look out! He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's right downfield. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ohio State. They've got the lead trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On second down, just keeps firing. Quickly out to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. On third down, he drops the throw. Got him downfield. There he goes. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. He'll just keep slinging it. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connections. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. He got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Cougar.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but
all by himself down the middle. Past the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found some big behind him, it's time to make the house call. And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. We'll see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They'll throw it on first down. It's complete on the right side. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to the running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen. It's so good.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't not free for a fumble. Takes it from the gun on third down. On the move and looking deep. Snatches it down the right side. Touchdown, BYU! A great catch and run for 6. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 35. Ripped off a huge shot play off that one as he gets the first down before the steps out of bounds. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking deep. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any...
Gonna take a shot. Pass goes incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Man, you know, you always look back in games at single plays that turn the tide. With this defense now trailing by 2 possessions, if they could have just caught the ball and gotten that pick, that potentially changes everything in this game. That was a missed opportunity.
Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. BYU will try to boot it deep to start the second half. from inside the 10. Here he goes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. After the misfire, it's second down. Through the air, it's Witherspoon. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. How about getting the foot down on that throw for a big completion? The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They want to just keep throwing it. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab. Finish the deal with the end zone. Easy. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the drive with a 64-yard scoring toss. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Not the biggest return, but he sets him up inside the red zone at 19. The offense set for a first down play. Let's go! Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the middle. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too... And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Witherspoon. Escapes trouble. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play. And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Gonna take a shot. And he's got it inside the 10. Tight coverage there. Did not stop him from making the grab. It's 1st and goal from the 8. Jack Rabbit. They'll go to the air. Keeps looking downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough. And now the offense faces 3rd and goal. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. Buys a little time. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And found a way to score that TD. That was impressive. The
BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Just let him a little too far across the sidelines. Couldn't make the catch in bounds. It's incomplete. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Feeling some heat. Didn't have much of a choice. Just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin them deep. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line.
42 Spider.
Looking for a crease to the left. Smashes through. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life in this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they do.
That's a fumble on the play. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Across the 25, he's got room. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal.
Igloo. Igloo.
Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Getting some heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights right down the middle. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on, be positive.
They're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down coming up. They'll try the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
29 Philly.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Trying to find his man on first down. Unloads to the right. It's complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. BYU now into the red zone.
Easy.
Comes out throwing on first down. Pulls it in. It's Leonard. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
Got it.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars!
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy catch.
On the ready.
They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44.
Let's go.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. They finally make the stop at the big run. There's plenty to move those sticks for the first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Looking to scramble. He fires it out to the right. Oh, and he gets downfield with a big catch.
I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive. They've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now. And they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run is coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just...
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fire to the big fella. They'll line up for a second down play.
Come on, stop right here. One time.
He's looking to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, they're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So the best cover guys on the field, and they...
He lobs one high down the left side. Breaks the ground at the 25 in this room. Touchdown, BYU. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game. And a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing it.
Inside the 30. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they'll get it to the house, but they found it 6 points waiting on it. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
Well, head coach coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
He'll start the return inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure the Cougars should try to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They're going to throw it again. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Looking to move it through the air. Gets it to the back. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball, too. Receivers aren't open. Tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield. If he lines up a wide receiver, this dude can get open. He can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate. It wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Going for it all. And that one's going to be incomplete. It was thrown for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down inbounds. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And as we get later in this game, Jesse, you want to keep moving the ball, being aggressive, but don't turn the thing over.
So how about getting the running game going right here, David, on this drive? Let those big fellas up front get some push, bleed the clock, move the chains.
Yeah, no need to get greedy. I know the passing stats and you want to score, but you're right. The clock right now is...
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Third down, and this crowd will pull out a vocal cord to help this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. And here they come, almost all the way back.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Through the air on first down. He'll take the deep shot. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. He's looking to throw it. Pockets appears to collapse. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.